Alright, so I'm going to answer a quick question. Eric, he commented and he said, I know you said get the longest, highest van you can get. I totally understand the logic behind your shared wisdom. My question is, what about the year of your van? If your van is a solid, dependable vehicle, does the age really matter? Thanks in advance for your response. So, that's a common question, and a common thing that people run into is dealing with the age of the van. Now, there are so many carriers, so many dispatch services, so many avenues to do your own independent thing with or without getting, a DOT number along with an MC number. So the thing is to just basically, before you get the van, if you have your mind set on a particular van, or if you see a van that's piquing your interest or whatever, call around. Like, you obviously have heard that some carriers and companies are asking for 3 years or newer. Now you're seeing one that's like, say, 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 years old. You're like, damn, I wonder if I can put that thing to work, man. It's a great price. What you need to do is you need to start calling these companies. Call as many as you can find. I don't care if they're shit carriers or not. Call the good ones, call the bad ones, call the in-betweens. Just call as many as you can and ask them, do you have any requirements on the age of the vehicle? Most of your bigger or so-called mega carriers are going to want the newer vans. And that has to do with their insurance, from what I understand. Again, I'm not 100% sure on that. And to be honest, that's something, just a little quick sidestep, is that's something I'm trying to look into, is getting that group insurance, because some of these carriers can offer drivers to sign on, owner-operators to sign on and have a cheaper insurance. And that has to do with grouping everybody together and so on and so forth. So from my understanding is that's one of the big reasons that they're asking for these 3 years or newer, is for the insurance, which same time doesn't make sense, because the 3 years or newer, they cost more, it's more liability, but I guess they look at it as far as risk, and being that the vehicles are older. So who really knows for sure? But anyhow, that's basically the gist of that. So your mega carriers are going to want the 3 years or newer most of the time. All the other ones, all the up-and-coming small ones, mom-and-pop ones, whatever you'd like to call them, dispatch services, they're probably going to take whatever you have. Now, me personally, being co-owner of a carrier, and we're looking to bring owner-operators on, honestly, one of the first things we're looking for is size, capacity. Because if you have the larger capacity, makes it much more simpler to find loads. We want capacity is the biggest thing we're looking at. But at the same time, we understand not everybody can get these vehicles and everything. So the next thing is to kind of look at the driver themselves and the type of equipment they have, and how well kept it seems to be. So that's from us personally. Now, I know many carriers and dispatch services I see out there, and I know a handful of them or so personally that age, last I checked, didn't matter. Two of the ones I was with previously, VGS and Red Ball Express out of Cleveland, Ohio, they did not have a requirement for the age of the vehicle or the size. So I don't know if that's changed. Somebody could check into it. Let me know. Somebody that's with those guys now that's watching these videos, put in the comment section if that's still the case. But many of those dispatch services, and that's a topic for another video, just trying to understand the difference between a dispatch service, a motor carrier, and so on and so forth. Just the dispatch services, more than likely they're not going to give a shit what kind of vehicle you got, because a lot of them that are out there advertising so-called dispatch service, they're just trying to make a dime. They're just trying to make a couple pennies, and the more people that they can find, needing a load. That's why a lot of these dispatch services, they won't have you be exclusive to them or whatnot. They're just like, shit, if I can find you a load, I'll get you a load. Which, again, there's another topic for another video as far as how that affects the type of rates you get whenever you have people that are willing to do that, in my opinion. So, in summary, call around, try to find find the carriers or service, dispatch services or whatever you're wanting to work with, and find out what type of vehicle they're willing to take, because there's all ranges. There might be somebody that says, oh, we want 5 years. Some might say, well, let us know how many miles are on it. Let me see some pictures of it. Maybe you've got such a good reputation or a good work experience in the industry that they're like, okay, we trust it. He's got a decent vehicle. He knows what he's doing. We ain't got to worry about him. Because one of the main things you're concerned about when you're worried about the vehicle is reliability. I mean, obviously, because you get a load in your vehicle and you're going down the road and you break down. I mean, it could be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and it costs that carrier or dispatch service a broker relationship. Like, being reliable, like, there's not much that sets everybody apart out here. It's basically going to be customer service and reliability as far as, getting loads there in a timely manner. This is Expediting. They want it as quick as possible. They might even put times on there that they want you there, but they still want you there faster. They want you there yesterday. So anyhow, all those things combined, they want reliability. So, I've known people that have vehicles that, often have problems and are broken down and have been had their load rescued multiple times. I think, pretty sure, I had never load rescued. I've rescued several loads, but for the most part, like I said, if everything's reliable, everything gets taken care of, because everybody knows that this stuff's going to happen. I mean, it's mechanical issues happen all the time, so to a degree, it's acceptable and understood. But if you have an entire fleet of 15-year-old vans or 10-year-old vans that's got 300,000-400,000 miles on them, what do you think? You got your odds of failure start going up. You know what I mean? So that's the reason they do it. And yeah, as I said, there's carriers out there that will take older vans if they're well kept. So hopefully that answered that question well enough. If not, hit me up in the comments section. Tell me to specify something more or cover something different on that, and I will. So, all right, I'm gonna get off here. I got about 15 more minutes till I gotta go in here. Holler.